Hello once again, Star Wars Unboxing fans. Welcome to another episode of Darth Tuba Star Wars Unboxing Show. I'm your host, Darth Tuba, with two items to unbox today. I am still reeling. I mean, you can tell by what I look like. If you watch the channel, I kind of film shows back to back. I'm still reeling for that amazing Obi-Wan, Rancho Obi-Wan unboxing. I still have my pen here, my Obi-Wan pen, which I will keep with my items down here. I have separated most of the items into areas of things that I'm going to put in the sell pile and things I'm going to put in the keep pile. It's about half and half. I mean, obviously the crew items, I don't know if you can see it. I have one just above this shelf here is where I have the Clone Wars. Go back and watch last episode if you want to know what I'm talking about. The Clone Wars Season 7 crew knit cap. And hanging in the closet, I'm so excited, the VFX Episode 1 crew jacket fits. And I'm so excited because, I'm kind of, my size ranges, sometimes it's large, sometimes it's XL. So I try to always go XL just so I know it'll fit. But this wasn't something you just bought and chose. It was something that they only had one of and it happened to be a large. So I bought it, hoping for the best. It fit. So I don't know when I'm going to wear it. If I'm going to wear it, I have it in the bag, kind of hanging up in the closet right now to kind of keep it protected. So we shall see. But I'm just reeling from that. It was such a great experience to get all those items. And I went through some of my stuff and I did realize that, since some of these items were from celebrations that I attended, I had a lot of them already. So things that I already had, I put in the box to sell. Things that I will say the Macquarie R2 and 3PO figures I was real excited about. I did already have them. However, the one I had, the celebration sticker fell off. So I decided to throw the one with no sticker in the sell pile. Maybe someone will want to buy it as an opener, and I will keep the other one on display. So excited about that. But today it's not about that. Today is about two new items. Two items, one from Hasbro. Actually, both from Hasbro, now that I think about it. Okay, I think this one might be a double whammy. It might be an opener and then another opener. I tend to not open the vintage collection figures. However, this one I mistakenly thought was and I believe I'm right. I mistakenly thought that this Cobb Vanth was an exclusive to Walmart figure, and it turns out that it was not. This was, in fact, now there may be something in there that was exclusive, I don't know. But this is, in fact, the 343, same figure that I got the other day. So, because of, although when I'm looking at it, excuse me for that edit, it is the same figure. I was double checking to make sure that there wasn't some special thing. I just couldn't remember, even though I only filmed it a few days ago, I just couldn't remember if it was an extra wide package. A lot of collectors a little bummed out that one figure is, out of like all of them, is that it's in the vintage collection is a wider figure. I would say if you're collecting the whole thing, not every figure is all the same size. There are some figures that are like inside the Revenge of the Sith, or Revenge of the Jedi, SD Comic-Con, the little mouse droid and Salacious Crumb. They're smaller cards. It is what it is. It's fine. So, but this one I am excited about this because I don't open up a lot of figures anymore. I'm always keeping these in the package, and I was like, oh, but I really want to open one up. And I loved this character of Cobb Vanth. I absolutely loved him. Now, unfortunately, this guy's got a lot of accessories. It's part of the reason why he was sort of considered a deluxe figure. So I'm going to try to put him together relatively quickly. We have his rocket. Excuse me. We have his two jetpacks, which I guess I will. Really? Maybe not. Well, unless these are supposed to be from something else. Oh, unless these are. Are these meant to be blaster shots? I don't think so. Yeah, it doesn't look like these like to stick in here very well. Oh, maybe like that. Yeah, that might be it. Okay. Well, I'll just put these on my pile of like loosey-goosey things over here, and we'll just give him his rocket pack. Now, okay, I'm not a fan of this. I'm going to put his gun in his holster. Again, love the holster. I'll give him, he has a free hand to hold the blaster, so that's good. Or sorry, the rifle, which is great. However, the mask, if you want to have the mask on, you have to pop the head off and put the mask on. So what I will do instead is I'm going to have him hold the mask, which I don't know if he'll be able to just hold it by the rim. I hope he will, because I really don't want to have to find another way for him to hold the mask. Oh, come on. All right, so then that's not going to work. So we'll do it like this. We're going to... Oh, Hasbro, making things challenging. All right, what I'm going to do, I have this little tricky, little easy trick here for kids at home. I have this little thing called double stick, very wide double stick tape, or thick double stick tape. And I'm going to just, excuse me, all of a sudden got kind of kicked up a little dust down here. And I'm going to just take some of this, and I'm going to just, come on. I don't know if I even need that much, just a little piece of it, really. Yeah, it's too small. Riveting television, I know. There it is. Okay, I just take a little piece of this, and I just put some of it on the side. It's not like, it's kind of like Fun Tack, but it's just double stick tape, but it's like thick double stick tape. It just helps. Well, I'd like to say it helps, but this thing seems being difficult. Okay, get it in there. Get in there. There we go. Yeah, it just helps kind of keep it on his, can't really see it, keeps it on his shoulder or his arm. All right, does he pass the stand test? Well, he's got kind of little legs here, little Cobb Vanth legs. He's such a lanky fellow, you know. When anybody, you know, little heads, when everybody first saw it, I mean, look, I know, you know, poor, you know, rest his soul, Jeremy Bulloch, the man in the original Boba Fett outfit, wasn't the only one in the Boba Fett outfit. There were a few people that have played him over the years. But, you know, the only person we ever saw, Tamara Morrison, when he put on it, he was putting it on as Jango Fett. So to see another person come in that had a similar build to Jeremy Bulloch and the other people that played him, but not exact, you know, you could kind of tell the difference. Well, this guy is nothing like Tamara Morrison. He is really, really thin, really, really tall. And the minute he walked through those doors, you kind of knew that this guy was not the Boba Fett that we knew. But it was cool because you got another story out of it. So awesome, awesome, awesome. I'm going to hang him up here next to Ahsoka. And boy, I hope he's in The Mandalorian and Grogu. I really do. All right, so that's this one. Now this one, speaking of Mandalorians, this is one that I don't think I ordered. I think it was one of those things that it got away from me. I forgot about it, and then I saw that it was available, and I was like, oh, okay, I should pick this up. I think maybe, it's one of those things where early on I wasn't going to because I thought, oh, geez, it's just going to be it's a Mandalorian Shriek-Hawk. This is an action figure set. Again, Hasbro, you sold me on the packaging. I know we're looking at lots of repaints and repacks of Mandalorian figures, right? I wish you would do this more than, and I don't have an example, the 4-packs in the white box. I do appreciate the Army Builder idea, but I just like this better. It's more of a throwback to what I am used to. The Shriek-Hawks are a team of Mandalorian specialists skilled in jetpack operations as well as scouting and rescue missions. So this, sorry for the glare, you can see it comes with, do they have names? Maybe not. Special action figure set. Doesn't look like they have names unless you open them up, which I'm not going to do. This is going to stay boxed like this because it's just such a cool box. And I just, the double racing stripe, you had me sold on that. I'd probably buy 2 of these, one to open and one to keep if they sold everything like this. This one, if I see this on sale, I might get it. It is cool to be able to, have multiple Mandos to Army build. So, really, really cool. Wanted to mention before we wrap up, there has been some rumors going around at the time of this recording about Hasbro perhaps losing the license, dropping the license of Lucasfilm Star Wars brand selling it off to someone else, getting rid of it, ending the contract early. It's funny. My own opinion on that is, okay, I'm not going to sit here and, weep over it. If they, I kind of feel like with numbers of figures, in the vintage figure line alone, the vintage collection figure with the 3 3/4 inch with the racing stripe, throwback to the original trilogy figures. Considering that we are up to 350 now, I think, and beyond, which means that, they may have some in the pipeline going all the way up to 400. I think that's good. I think 400 is a good number to take a pause. Let another company have it, I saw what Super 7 was starting to play around with these figures, the worst figures that were definitely inspired by Cantina Aliens and that kind of, and the old action figures from Kenner. And I think they would be great to take on the line and treat it for collectors more than for kids. The reality of it is that very few kids are going to want this. Children their play patterns are changing. They're not into this type of figure-oriented play as much as they used to be. Not saying they're not into it at all, just not as much. They're into gaming. Gaming has become a different type of play. And I'm not a gamer. I mean, there are people, adults my age and older, that are really into gaming of all sorts. And I respect that. It's not me. But I respect that other people love it. And they can spend a whole weekend doing it. I can't. I tried. I was sick a couple of years ago. I had a really bad flu, and I stayed home, and I actually rented you could rent game systems from Blockbuster, if you remember it, kids. And I actually tried to play Star Wars games like Dark Forces and, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Star Wars and everything. And I played it for a lot of hours, but it didn't capture my interest the way imaginative play like this does. That's not to say that I'm right and you're wrong. Not at all. All I'm saying is that I think more and more kids these days are into a different type of play, and action figures are just not exactly what they used to be. And I don't think it's just Star Wars that's seeing that. I think Avengers, Marvel, He-Man even. I just think that there's just a lot of attention being drawn into other things, other ways of playing that kids are doing. So my take in on the whole thing is, evolve, move on to something else. We survived the dark times, and the thing is that now there is no such thing as there will never be dark times again for us. Star Wars is firmly in the hands of Disney. They are going to continue to release content, whether it's every couple of years or every year. It doesn't matter. We're not looking at 10 years or 20 years of no Star Wars anymore. That's never going to happen. And I think that because of that, they can choose and they can use other people and other formats. And maybe I'm sure they'll still be collecting. I mean, I'm excited about what crafters are doing with 3D printing, as I've mentioned. So my take on it is, well, maybe I'll try printing out my own figures and painting them myself. And, when I really want a figure of a specific figure, I'll just, when a show like Skeleton Crew or the Mandalorian movie or that new Jedi Order Rey movie eventually gets made and they're not releasing figures, I'll decide. And I see somebody on Etsy decided to make a print 3D file of a figure in a retro form where I can, a person with my limited skills could probably print that on a 3D printer and then paint the pieces with a very simple paint app. Maybe that'll be my new way of expressing my love of Star Wars. Maybe not. We'll have to see. But anyway, if they end the license, great. If they don't end the license, well, I've restricted myself to the retro collection and the vintage collection. If they stop making those, then they've lost my business. I like the figures that come out for Black Series. Don't get me wrong. I just, looking around the room, I have 95% of everything I have is based on 3 3/4 inch, and I don't want it to expand outward anymore because I just don't have the room or the money to do that. So that will do it. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking with it. That'll do it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. Check out all the content on Red 5. Thank you, Red 5, for always promoting the channel. Check out all my content on Instagram, on the Facebook Star Wars Unboxing page. And until next time, folks, like, subscribe, hit the notification, spread the word about the channel. Until next time, may the Force and the toys be with you, and this is the way.